Hey folks, come on over. We got a show of vintage and antiques here for you today. Check it out, it's gonna be fun right here on my take on home and garden. Wow, guys, look at that good looking crowd out there. Unbelievable. Only a couple with curlers and a nightie. Come on over and let's have some shopping and antiquing and vintage fun. We got a lot to show, and this show is to break up the decorating a little bit. Let's see what we got. We got 3 pieces for you violet lovers. This wonderful little decorative plate is from 1913. It's marked by the artist with the date. So it's an antique and it is sweet. Little hand-painted violets. If you got a little tiny spot, you need some color and beauty for summer, check it out. We'll see that porcelain coming through for sure with that light. Next, a wonderful little dish, mid-century Lefton of Japan with 14 karat gold trim and a wonderful nut dish or serving dish. I'm sure we'll see the porcelain through there as well. Then how about this fabulous cruet? Just awesome, a real beauty, trimmed in gold. And this is L&M bondware in a fine porcelain. I'll have to look that one up, and we'll have it in the description in the store for you, of course. Let's take a look at this one. We're probably going to have a time seeing through there, but it is quite good. You Westmoreland Bulldog lovers, you know I have a whole collection of these, and I have about 8 now of each color. And then when it comes to like black and white and root beer and clear, there's 8 of those in that group too. Blue, green, oranges, and I still am looking for that red one. I still don't have a red, but what I don't need when I come across these girly ones, they're beautiful for the girls with hand-painted flowers on the back. Now these are exquisite because not only are they hand-painted, this one is signed by the artist, and it's in a glorious jade color. And you know, these are right up to the 80s when Westmoreland stopped their operations and closed up for good. Let's get that. Look at that green. Real sweet. Can you even fathom that I could let my black 1950s Panther go in a little miniature planter for little cactus and your echeveria and little things like that? Glorious piece. Quite good. You know, if you like mid-century, they had the black lamps, like the vases. We have one in our shop by Cam Mark, USA. Fabulous. Now, these are unmarked from that time. Some were made in Japan, some were made by McCoy here in USA, and Hager USA, which they went to Royal Hager eventually. Off the chain good. In a wonderful, dense porcelain. Fabulous. You know, I used this in our show. I did a couple of beautiful Asian style tables. If you remember, you regulars, it is pretty. But what am I gonna do different today? What I'm gonna do is get something different and move this on, and that's what it's all about. And if you, again, there's a vase in our store, there's a couple that would go with these and be the talk of the day. I'm telling you, this black swan is good just as well. Check it out. We're not gonna see through that black, but she is exquisite. Now she is a hand towel rolled up holder or a bar of soap holder. She can hold a washcloth, and that's what they made these for initially. But you know, I've used them in my decor all around. She's sweet because she has a corrugated feathers on her back. What if she was joined by a pink one? Look at this. There's several forms in this, and I think we just sold our light blue one that was in the store as well. You know, we have a lot of swans, and I've added them. Our Art Deco swans, added them to the table. I don't know if you can see them in this shot. And then our beautiful Lenox swan, hard to beat. Just glorious, from Miss Jessica. Real sweet, going in the store. Next, we'll start a little different category. 1876 ruby red Cape Cod sandwich glass lovers by Avon. We have had a couple of these in the store and they fly out. This is the vase to that set. I want to say there's 35 different pieces to that set. It's pretty close. I'm pretty sure that's how many different pieces there are. And if you want to look at that whole set, we have a video on the Cape Cod, and I did a big table with it. Just glorious. If you like that deep ruby red in the Cape Cod. Let's get this organized. Alrighty, and we're gonna let that light do its work, but we're gonna notice how dense and rich that red color is in the Cape Cod series. I mean, it is glorious. Look at it. The light is having trouble even getting through just the base of the piece. So I want to show you some of the pieces that are going in the store. We have a little handful that just went in. These, once again, are not from our personal collection. We have a set of 12, a place setting of 12, and all the extra pieces plus. Okay? We bought them up in our shopping journeys and hunting parties, and always keeping some extra, and we're just letting our extra go in the store. Next is a pair of the goblets. Wonderful form. These are a fabulous. They can be a water glass, they can be a wine, and these are not to be confused with the champagne glass. The champagne is shaped a lot like this, but it's way lower and it's a little wider. Can be a martini or a champagne. They call it a champagne. Alrighty, let's look at these. still that red is so glorious and deep. If you don't have even one piece of this, you might be avoiding it for a reason. Because once you have a piece, you put this in your window or near a window, man, it is glorious, and especially around the holidays. How about there are 2 different candlesticks in this series, the tall and the small. And these are the 2 smaller ones, and with that same beautiful sandwich glass pattern from the period. And that period was 80s to 90s, and it probably, I want to say the bread and butter plate, which was about that big, the smallest one. I think that was done around 1990. Not saying it's exact, but it's real close. Right about there. That's the last piece I remember coming out for this collection. These are superb, of course. Then you might get a little more red out of those. Very little. They did not cheat. Okay, I always say the same when I talk about these, because when you get that glass in your hand, you know you've got something that you bought. Not like today. Wow. And of course, there's different thicknesses of glasses for different functions. So elegant stemware is very light and thin, but as a drinking glass like this, you just know you got something when you get a hold of it. Those mid-century, frankly American, everyday wear or once an occasion wear are really something to behold. And these, of course, are the drinking glasses, or a highball glass if you're using them for your bar set. There is a low ball glass that looks like this. I don't think we have any of those to go in, but 3 highball glasses will go in as a set. So if you're missing 3, or you need more than 3, you can get 3 right away here, right here. And ours, look how rich. Look how dense. That light can't even hardly get through that ruby red. It's just glorious. Some people don't care about it, but if you like red, man, oh man, it's good. Let's see what else we got here. We have an incredible, delicate Austrian vase. And you know I have an incredible collection of Austrian vases, but they are all in the creams and caramel and melon, and they all go together, and I love putting them out for special occasion or the entire fall season. You know, that's when I'll break them out. This sweet pea, clearly marked Austria on the bottom. Just, she doesn't fit with our other ones, and it's so pretty by itself. It doesn't need any help. So if you have a spot for her, you would be so happy. I'm seeing through the porcelain, but you probably won't be able to unless I show you like this maybe. Not always the most important thing, but I like you to be able to see what I'm talking about. Also, you know, we have a collection of Bavarian cider pitchers. Now these are fabulous for tea, lemonade, and of course they call them cider pitcher. This is a glorious mid-century piece in a beefy porcelain, and I just have to make a little bit of room out of the whole collection. One is moving along. That's the only reason, because I found something else. This is a delightful stoneware and porcelain mix, like the Johnson Brothers dinnerware, just like that. It's the same idea. Very tough. It's tougher than the light porcelain pieces, like over here, because it's going to get used over and over. Next, I have a marvelous 3-candle candelabra, and this is clearly marked in the mold that it's silver plate. Some things have a sticker and they fall off and it's no good to anybody. This has a stamp and it's silver plate. And you've heard me before, the regular folks, I don't like to clean up everything. If you want this and you want it shiny, you get your silver cleaner and this thing will shine like a flashlight. It's so pretty, and you can feel the quality in the weight of it as well. Going in the store, now it is a 2-piece. This simply pulls apart in between for storing. Okay, this takes up no room and it can go in a drawer. I would fold this in between some linen to keep it if you're not showing it. Get it out for your centerpiece. And it's a nice snug pressure fit there in the middle. Now you know we have sets and pairs, and I do love individual candlesticks to make groupings and so on. This I picked up from the old Red Barn to use it in our Halloween displays last year. And this came from Daytona Flea. And this is a different beast. It's bigger, beefier, and this is a spelter piece. And I was going to polish this up with a little bit of black, almost like a gunmetal. You could, but I left it rustic. And this is like a woman's bowling ball. We'll call it a woman's bowling ball. A man's is, I think, 16 pounds, and a woman's, I think, is 12. And there's different ones. Could be 10, could be 12. That's where we're at with the weight on this. And this one is, a third of that weight, but still nice. You can tell when you pick it up. This is very Gothic. If you like primitive or old world or Gothic, that's a beauty too, right there. And we'll have a fuller description in the store for you. So guys, Angela says 16 things, that's enough, and it does take quite a bit to get it all in, because she's got to edit and I got to pack it all. So we have everything pre-packaged, but hopefully you had some fun today. Maybe you got to see something different. Hopefully you learned maybe a little something about a piece, and we hope you're doing good with your early summer I know a lot of you are getting your gardens together, and I'm going to be out there as well. We finally got some rain. I'm trying to get in a garden video, but it's been a bowl of potato chips outside. It's been brutal, but we're going to see you soon with a garden video as well. More decorating the kitchen like I promised coming up next. Take care, be good, and until the next incredible, amazing, awesome Where You're Gonna Go video. Bye guys.